Okay, so we're going to have a look at Get Back. We're going to do the chords and all the rhythm section first, and then we're going to do the little leady bits that are in between it. So whether you want to just stick to chords while you're playing along with it, or you fancy doing a bit of both, you know, it can be quite good fun dipping in and out of chords and leads. So I'll demonstrate to you the chord section first, and then I'll do the leads. So it goes. So this is the intro. Junior was a man who thought he was a loner, but he was another man. Now just took the song into some carols on for some California plan. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Okay, so the lead bits in between it where would be like, so that they're the little bits in the verse. I'll show you where they go, and then you've got in the chorus, get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. And then you got. So they're the leady bits which we're going to go through. So let's just look at the chords. So what we're going to do is we're going to play an A chord. So normally you play an A like this, 3 fingers in a row. But if you watch a lot of rock guitarists, they sort of play with 1 finger here. Especially if you're not going to play this open first string, it doesn't matter, because this type of A with 1 finger mutes that, which is alright. So you got this. So that goes up to the 4th string and then just bars on. I'll show you what that looks like in tab form, in chord box form. So you can see the 5th string is open, and then I've just got my 1st finger on just the 2 middle strings there. So this is left-handed down here. So we're to look at the start of this song. I'll talk about palm muting in a second. So you got the 0, the open 0 on the 5th string, and then the 2 middle strings. So you got. So I'm plucking that 5th string, which is open as a 0, and then these are on the 2nd fret, and you're just strumming them 2. But as I do them 2, I'm going to be doing them as an upstroke. So you can get that natural sort of movement in your hand rather than down, 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 like, which is a bit frantic. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so palm muting, I'll just briefly show you what that's about. So say this part of your hand here, if you were to sort of put that in a line on your strings there, well, see this bridge here, this white bit where your strings are elevated a little bit. If you just rest your hand there, and what you want to do is keep that there and just strum the strings. Now it'll sound like it's muting the strings. It'll sound like they're not completely dead, but they're not ringing out. So if you're struggling with that, you've got to move this hand side to side to find the sweet spot. So if I was too much on the strings, it will cut it off totally dead. So if I move my hand back, there's the mute. So if I go too far, then it's ringing out too much. So you'll find that it's exactly on this white bit here. So you keep that there. And what you've got to do is, you're not strumming your whole wrist like this. You've got to keep that there, and it's your fingers that are they're gonna do the plucking. So this part here stays there. So if you get the A chord on, so you can start to hear it now, as opposed to, because that's using it open. and it sounds a bit too full on. So if you notice, it is muted. So I'll put this here. So you just got to get used to that. Once you're used to that, I'll show you how many times you do it. So you can see here, you do 4 here in this first bar, another 4, another 4, and in this last bar you do 2 of them. So let's just practice that. So 1, and then the second bar, 2, 3, third bar, 3, fourth bar, 1, 2, and there you go. Okay, and then what happens here, you can see at the end, it does a G chord and a D chord. G, D, and you can see that's a full strum. So if you're to look at your G, what I've done with the G is I'm using my 3rd and 4th finger here on there, and you put your G, and then you move to a D chord. At the bottom's left-handed, so if you're right-handed, look at the top, left-handed the bottom. So the reason I use my 3rd and 4th finger there is so, see, I keep my 3rd finger down there, watch, without starting everything again like that. So there, keep your 3rd finger down. Just practice your G to D, because that's a quick change, and you go. Okay, so that is the intro. I'll show you that again, and I'll just play it through nice and slowly. Here we go. So starting from the A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4. Last bar, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so that last bar is 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Right, I'm just going to move straight onto the verse chords. So you can see here, it's pretty similar with the A, but here it moves to a D chord. So if you play a D chord like this, your root becomes the 4th string. So you want to palm mute that. And you're doing the same thing as you did with the A, but obviously starting on the 4th string and palm muting it. So I'm not really hitting the 1st string, I'm hitting the 2nd and 3rd string there on an upstroke. So here we do the A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and then to D, 1 and 2 and 3, back to A. Okay, so that's the verse. It does that twice, and if you notice here it says figure 1. So what happens here is in that bit you've got this thing below it, which is figure 1, which is this little lead line. So if I was to do the chords, I go to D, and then you got that little lead bit there, which goes over this chord. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through this. So on the 3rd string, you're going to hit the 9th fret and slide it to the 11th. So hit it, keep the pressure down, slide it to the 11th. Now I'm using my 2nd finger. Reason being is because I want my 1st finger ready for the next note, which is the 10th fret on the 2nd string. So you got that 9 to 11, sorry, and then 1st finger there on the 10. And then you with your 3rd finger on the 12, which is on that 2nd string, and you bend it up. And you got to keep that bent up. This is harder on acoustic. And then with your little finger, you hit the 1st string on that 12th fret. And because you're keeping this bent up, you then hit it again and bring it down. So you got. So I'll just show you that specifically. You're bending it up, you're hitting this little 12, and then you're already up there, you hit it and it bends down. So watch this. So I'm keeping that bent up. See, that's still there. So. And then from there, you hit the 11 on the 3rd string, which your 2nd finger will do. And back to the 10. So okay, so I'll put that all together. Alright, I'll do that nice and slow again. Righty ho, so that happens all twice, that there. That'd be nice if you got another guitarist doing the rhythm and one of you does the lead. Okay, so alright, this looks kind of confusing on first glance, but if you look at the tab, you're going from A, D to A, and then you do that G, D. So I'll play you the chorus chords. Get back, get back, and then to the D, get back to where you want, back to A, and then G, D, back. So that's pretty straightforward. Now what you got here is figure 2, and then figure 2 on the second bar, figure 3, and then back to figure 2. So the second figure is this, where it goes. That's John Lennon's part. So here you've got a 7 to 9 slide on the top string, and then on the 5th string you go 7, 9. So on that first 7, 9 slide, I do it with my 3rd finger, because then I've got my 1st finger ready here to go 7, 9, and then 7 on that 4th string. I'll show you that. There you go. So just practice that. So on the figure 2, that's the start of it, and figure 3, it's the same as well. So it's only the next bit that I've not shown you yet that changes. So and that is here. So if you notice, the last note you played was this 7 with your 1st finger, so you can keep that there. And then I'm going to show you the shape of this really with the chords. So you see you're on the 7th fret, your 1st finger's up there on the 4th string, you can see that. Then your 2nd finger comes down to the 2nd string on the next fret across. Your 3rd finger goes up to the 3rd string on the next fret across. Now look at your 4 fingers on the same fret as where that 3rd finger is, and if you strum that. Now I don't know if you know what a D7 is, but you can see it's a D7 shape. If you're to play a D7 down there, see it's the shape, but just with this extra note on to compensate for the open note. So watching, go from here. You've got your 1st finger there, put this shape on, and when you've got that shape on, you want to strum it down and up 3 times. So down, up, down, up, down, up. So you got. Okay, so going back to this chorus bit here, you see it says figure 2 and figure 2. So that means over them 2 bars you want to be playing this thing here twice. So it's. Okay, so for the next one, it's the same riff at the start, like I said, but here the chord slightly changes. The top one's right-handed, bottom one's left-handed. So on the 7th fret, you want to bar with your 1st finger all the 4 strings there on the 7th fret, and then put your 2nd finger here, or your 3rd finger, whatever's comfortable, on the next fret along, but just on that 1st string, and then you've got this. So from that little riff, okay, I'll show you what that looks like here. So you got that. 1st finger's there, so then just bar it down then and go. So what you're going to do is this figure 2, you're going to do it twice, then figure 3 you do it once, and then you go back to figure 2, just do that once. So that gives you 4 times in total. So it goes. then you repeat all that. Okay. So now we've got the solo section, which is exactly like the intro chord wise. You can see there. I'm going to just play you this. Well, we're just going to go straight learning it. So you got a 9/11 slide on the 3rd string, and then to the 10. So you go. So that's nice and easy. Then your 3rd finger is going to bend that 12 and hit the 12 on the 1st string, and then bend the 12 back. So it's that little technique we learned before. Bend, hit the 12, and then you're up there, so you come back down. And from there you go 2nd string 10, string above 11, back to the 10. So da do da. Sorry. So. Okay. And then we have a 7/9 slide on the 5th string, and then the 4th string you go 7/9, the 3rd string you go 7. So that's similar to in the chorus when it goes, but on the next string down. And from there you want to shift your 1st finger back to the 5th fret, and it's going to go 5, 7, 5, and you got a quarter bend, which is just a tiny little bend, not a half bend, not a full bend, just a little. So it goes. Okay, so I'll play you that all in all. So it goes. And what happens there is it does it twice, so you just play that twice, and at the end of the 2nd one it does this tiny little riff, which is, here it goes. So you go 7th fret up and down. I use my 3rd finger, bend it up and down, and then 5, a string above it. And then you're on the 3rd string doing exactly the same. So where that fits after this, it looks long, but it's very quick, that. So it goes, oh. Okay. Alright, so I hope that covers everything. I know there's lots of little tiny changes every time he does the solo. You know, he doesn't just stick to exactly the same. He'll like maybe go something like, you know, there's subtle changes all the way through, but do you know what, you've got the basis there of what happens, and then you can sort of do your own little slants on how the lead goes, you know, add in your own little rhythms. So okay, I hope you enjoyed that. It's always a fun one to teach. It's got some nice chords, it's got some nice lead, and it's really good fun to play, especially if there's 2 of you and you want to get jamming together. It's a good one to start doing. So okay, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.